Yes, good morning, students. In the previous class, we discussed about the first module, that is power diodes. What is power diode, and what are the different applications of power diodes? What is rectifiers? What are the different types of rectifiers? Single phase, half wave rectifiers, single phase, full wave rectifiers, uh, connected to R load, connected to RL load. Okay, various things we discussed. Okay, here in this class we'll discuss about the power transistors, the second module. That's the power transistors. So the power semiconductor devices are classified into different categories: power transistors, then power diodes, then thyristors. Okay, so these power semiconductor devices are classified as three categories: diodes, thyristors, and transistors. So in the first module we discussed about the types of diodes. The second we'll discuss about the transistors, and then third we'll discuss about the thyristor part. Okay, here power transistors, so they have a controlled turn on and turn off characteristics. So that means the characteristics of switch on and switch off characteristics of this power transistors have are being controlled here. Okay, so these transistors which are used as a switching elements, and they are operated in the saturation region. So these transistors are operated in a saturation regions, and they are using as a what we can say, switching elements. Okay, so the switching period of this modern transistor is much higher than that of the thyristors. Okay, so this switching speed is much higher than the thyristors, and they are extensively employed or extensively used in case of DC to DC converter, DC to AC converter. So with the inverse parallel connected diode. Okay, with the inverse parallel connected diodes to provide the bidirectional current flow. So however, their voltage and current ratings are lower than those of the thyristors, and the transistors are normally used in low to medium power applications. Okay, so these transistors are used normally in low to medium power applications. Okay, with the development of the power semiconductor technology, the rating of these power transistors are continuously being improved. Okay, so the IGBTs are being increasingly used in the high power applications. So with the development, so the continuously the power ratings are improved, so then IGBT is being increasingly used in the high power applications. So these power transistors are broadly classified into five categories. So five categories, these are the five types of power transistors. So that is bipolar junction transistors, BJT, which you already studied in the previous semester. Okay, in analog electronic circuit, the characteristics of the BJT, how this BJT are operating. Okay, what are the applications of this BJT, already studied in the previous semester. So here that is also a type of power semiconductor devices or power transistors. The second is MOSFET is the metal oxide bipolar field effect transistors. Okay, metal oxide semiconductor field effect transistor is a MOSFET. Then we have IGBTs, that is insulated gate bipolar junction transistor. Then SITs, that is static induction transistors, and then cool MOS. So these are the different types of classification of the power transistors. So the MOSFET, these cool MOS, BJTs, IGBTs, or SITs, okay, they can be assumed as an ideal switches. Okay, they are assumed as an ideal switches to explain the power conversion technique. To explain the power conversion technique, they are assumed as a ideal switches. Transistors can be operated as a switch. However, the choice between the BJT and MOSFET in the converter circuit is not obvious, but each of them replace a switch. This means whether we have to choose a BJT or MOSFET, that is not obvious, but so both of them can replace a switch. That means both of them can be operating as a switch. Okay, so provided that the voltage and the current rating meet the output requirements of the converter. So the voltage and current rating of this should meet the requirements of the converter. So the characteristics and the rating of each type should be examined or determined suitably for the particular applications. So the characteristics of MOSFET, BJT, whatever you take, so that suitably you have to examine, or to suitably you have to choose for your applications. So that is the main thing here. So the gate circuit is an integral part of the power converter. See, I'll just go to this one, MOSFET symbol here. So this is the MOSFET symbolic representation of the MOSFET here, so which consisting of three terminals, through three terminal, gate, drain, source. Okay, so this is also MOSFET symbol, which is consisting of gate, sorry, so which consisting of gate, drain, source. These are the the terminals of the MOSFETs here. So the gating circuit, so this to operate the MOSFET or IGBT, the gating pulse is a very important role. When gate circuit will play very important role. The gating circuit is once again the integral part of power semiconductor devices, power converters. So the gate circuits play very vital role here, which consisting of power semiconductors. Okay, so the output of the converter, so output of the complete converter, so which is depends upon the type of the gating circuits or gate drive circuits which is used. So type of gate drive circuits used, so the complete operation of the circuit is depends here. Okay, so that is why the characteristics of gating circuit should be chosen properly to achieve the desired output voltages. So the design of gating circuit, the requires, so gate circuit is required for turning on here. So this is the gate, the supply terminal is required to turn on the gate. So this design of gate circuit which requires the knowledge of gate characteristics and needs of such devices such as thyristors, the gate turn of thyristors and BJTs, etc. Okay, so because of power electronics is increasingly used in the applications that requires the gate drives with advanced control and high power and high efficiency high efficiency. So the gate integrated ICs to drive these gates, so the required increasing in its operations. So the integrated circuit gate circuits are coming here, the IC gate. So in IC means integrated circuit gate driver circuits. So integrated gate driver circuits are available in the market commercially for the use also. That is because, so the gate drive plays a very vital role in the operation of the switch. Okay, so this is the about the introduction of power transistors. So this mainly the power MOSFET consisting of a three terminals, so gate, drain, source. Based on the flow of current, so we have N channel and P channel. So you can just see the flow of current towards the gate, it is away from the gate. So based on that we have a N channel and P channel type of the MOSFETs here. So power MOSFETs, they are voltage control devices, as I said. So they are voltage control required, only requires a small amount of the input current. The switching period is very high and the switching times of order of nanoseconds. So they are in the order of nanoseconds, they will be switching here. So they are voltage controlled and requires small voltages, which switching period is in terms of the nanoseconds. So power MOSFETs finds these power MOSFETs, so finds the increasing applications in low power high frequency converter, low power high frequency converters they are used. So MOSFETs do not have a problems of second breakdown phenomena, so they don't have a problem of secondary breakdown. So in case of MOSFET it is there, whereas in case of BJT there is a secondary breakdown will happens, but in case of MOSFET there is no absence of secondary breakdown. However, what happens, the MOSFETs have problems of electrostatic discharges. There is a electrostatic discharge will happen, as these MOSFETs are made with the power semiconductor materials. So there is a electrostatic discharges happens. Okay, and requires the special care in handling, so which requires the special care in the handling. Okay, so in addition to this, it's relatively difficult to protect them under the short circuited fault conditions. So if the short circuit happens, there is no other options to protect the MOSFETs from its failure. Okay, so that is about the brief introductory part about the MOSFETs. Now we'll discuss about the types of MOSFET. We have two types, that is a depletion MOSFET and enhancement type of the MOSFET. This is based on these are the types based on the constructional features, how they are constructed. We have a depletion and enhancement type of the MOSFETs. Okay, so based on how they are, what are the substrates that are used in its construction and how they are doped one above the other. We have a depletion and enhancement MOSFETs. So you can expect the question like sketch the structure of N-channel enhancement MOSFET and explain its working principle. Also draw the characteristics of the same. That's maybe one question. And sketch the output characteristics of enhanced type of MOSFET and what are the difference between the control of BJT and MOSFET. This is the some of our expected questions you may get in the exams. Okay, now we'll discuss about one by one the MOSFET types. So this is the n channel depletion type of the MOSFET. This is the view of n channel depletion type of the MOSFET. First we'll discuss about what exactly n channel depletion MOSFET, and then we'll discuss enhancement type of the MOSFET. So here n channel depletion type of MOSFET is formed on the p type of a silicon substrate. This is a p type of a silicon substrate. Okay, as shown in the figure, it is already shown here in your figure. So with two heavily doped n plus silicon section. So this is the heavily doped n plus silicon sections. Okay, for low resistance connections. So low resistance connections, the heavily p substrate is doped heavily with the n plus substrate. So for low resistance connection, so the gate is isolated from the channel by the thin layer. So you can see that is an oxide layer. This is the oxide layer. So gate is isolated by the thin oxide layer. Okay, so that is the three terminals of this MOSFET are called as a gate, drain and source. Okay, this is the drain, this is the source. Okay, and this is the gate. This is the source, drain and source. These are the three channels of the MOSFET. Okay, the substrate is normally connected to the source. You can just see this is the p substrate. Wait a minute. P substrate, which is normally connected always to the source. Okay, the gate to source voltage VGS, gate to source voltage means, so it is a gate, so it's a source, so gate to source voltage is VGS. Okay, could be either positive or negative. So if VGS is negative, what happens? It may be either positive or it may be either negative. So if it is negative, what happens? Some of the electrons in the n channel area are repelled and the depletion region and create the oxide layer. So what happens if it is negative? So electrons in a n channel area, so if it is a negative, electrons in the n channel area, what will do? That will repel and the depletion region and create the oxide layer. So the depletion region, they will repel each other and create the oxide layer, so resulting in the narrower effect of the channel. So then what happens? The channel will becomes narrow. So the channel which is between the oxide layer, the channel becomes narrow. That is called as narrower effect of the channel. Okay, and the high resistance from the drain to source, that is a different issue. Then so VGS is made negative enough, then channel becomes completely depleted. So if you are complete negative VGS, if you apply, the channel is completely depleted, offering the high value of the drain to source resistance. Okay, so the value of the voltage gate and source, so the value of the gate and source during this condition, that is repelling of n towards the oxide layer and thinning of the channel here. So during this layer, so the value of VGS is happens to be called as the pinch of voltage. So the voltage at that particular phenomenon is called as a pinch voltage, Vp. On the other hand, so if the VGS is made positive, so this is I said when VGS is negative, what will happens? Now if VGS is made positive, then what happens? So if the VGS is made positive, the channel becomes the wider. So as I said in the earlier case, the channel becomes narrow, but now it is channel becomes wider. Okay, and IDS, that is the current flowing from drain to source, is increases due to the reduction in the drain to source resistance. So with the p channel depletion type of MOSFET, so the polarities of this VDS, that is VDS is nothing but drain to source voltage, then the current flowing from drain to source voltage, then VGS are reverse. Okay, so this is the constructional view of your n channel depletion type of the MOSFET. So it is p type of substrate is heavily doped n type of substrate. Okay, there is an oxide layer. So when it is negative, when the VGS is negative, your channel will be narrow. So when VGS is positive, channel will be wider. Okay, so three terminals, drain, gate, source. Okay, these are the three terminal. So this is the constructional view of your n channel depletion type of the MOSFET. Okay, so it is a schematic representation or equivalent circuit of your n channel depletion type of the MOSFET. So this is shown here, symbolic representation or equivalent circuit of depletion type of the MOSFET is this one. Okay, so that is about the depletion type of MOSFET. Now we have another type of MOSFET, that is here we discussed about n channel depletion type of MOSFET. Now we'll move to n channel enhancement. This already working principle and other things already explained here. Now we'll move to n channel enhancement type of MOSFET. So this is the constructional view, or in this we can say the sectional view of n channel enhancement type of MOSFET. You can just see, in the previous case there is a physical channel which is present. So now there is no physical channel, so in the previous case there is a physical channel which is present here. The narrowing and widening will happens based on the voltage which we apply. Okay, but here there is no physical channel, absence of physical channel we can say. If the once again the gate source voltage is positive, so this is the gate source voltage. So when it is positive, an induced voltage attracts the electrons from the p substrate. So when this is positive, so these electrons attract the p substrate, which will attract the electrons from the p substrate and accumulates the on the oxide layer. So this attracts the electrons and they are accumulated beneath or below the oxide layer. Okay, so if VGS is greater than or equal to the value of the threshold voltage is nothing but the voltage at which your MOSFET starts conducting, so that is called as a threshold voltage. Okay, so if the VGS is greater than or equal to threshold voltage, then sufficient number of electrons accumulated to form the virtual channel. So the number of electrons which are depleted, number of electrons so which are accumulated here beneath the oxide layer will forms what happens, virtual n channel. There is actually absence of the channel, so because of the electrons accumulation there is a virtual n channel is formed. Okay, as shown in the shaded line you can say. So this is the shaded part, virtual n channel is formed here. Okay, and the current flows from drain to source. Then the current flows from drain to source, means how it is flowing like this. So the current flows from drain to source like this, it will flow and it will come to source here. Okay, so the polarities of this VDS, IDS and VGS are reversed for p channel enhancement MOSFET, which is shown here in the figure itself. So the power MOSFETs of various sizes are also available. These power MOSFETs are available in various sizes, okay, based on the applications where we are using. Okay, so because of the depletion, MOSFETs remains at zero voltage. So whereas the depletion MOSFET, there is a comparison I'm talking about. So the depletion MOSFET remains on at zero gate voltage, whereas the enhancement MOSFET remains off at zero gate voltage. So the enhancement type of the MOSFET is most commonly or generally used in the switching power devices in power electronics in order to reduce the on-state resistances. So out of these two, because of this gate voltages, okay, based out of this enhancement and depletion type of MOSFET we are having. So this enhancement type of MOSFET is widely used in the various applications because of some of the advantages. Okay, so that is why they are used. So V type of structure is that's a different because of its advantages it is most widely used, okay, compared to other type of the circuits. Okay, so that's about the constructional view of MOSFETs and the constructional features of n type of n channel enhancement, p channel enhancement type of the MOSFETs. Okay, so this is about today's class. So power transistors we started and we discussed about the introduction of power transistors, and then we discussed about the what are the characteristics of classification of the power transistors. Okay, then we started with the symbolic representation of power MOSFET, then the constructional view of p channel and n channel enhancement and depletion type of the MOSFET. Okay, how they are constructed. One more type. Okay, this is the constructional or sectional view of your enhancement MOSFET, and it is once again the equivalent circuit of enhancement type of the MOSFET. This is the equivalent circuit. So if you are talking about any of the switches, okay, if you are studying any of the switches here, we have to have the characteristics. We have to first study the characteristics of the switches to understand betterly where we can use this type of the circuit. So the characteristics of this particular switch is play a very vital role in choosing these switches for different applications. So this characteristics of power MOSFET mean input characteristics, output characteristics, switching characteristics. Okay, so if you understand the characteristics of these MOSFETs in a proper way, then it's easy for us to choose the switches for the applications. We have to choose the switches based on the applications which we are using. So in the next class we'll discuss about the characteristics of, that is different types of characteristics, behavioral approach of this power transistors. Okay, so that is input characteristics, output characteristics, switching characteristics. Okay, then bipolar junction transistor, BJT, and many more we'll discuss in tomorrow's class. Okay, so till then, if you got any doubts here in between, so you can feel free to contact. Okay, so right, the PDF of this class will be shared once we complete the certain amount of portion. The PDF will be shared. Just go through that. So refer to the textbook Muhammad Rashid or PS Bhimra, so you'll get the complete idea about the complete idea about the concepts which we discussed here. Okay, thank you.